Hi everyone and welcome to part 2 in this series, Learn to Code HTML for Beginners. Now in the last video we had an introduction to HTML, we downloaded our text editor, Visual Studio Code, created our folder and our first HTML file, and we wrote our first program which read Hello World. Now in this video we're going to talk about the HTML head tag. Okay, and in the last video we said that each HTML file we create, we need both head tags and body tags. Now, inside of the body tags is where we write the code that we want displayed on the screen. And although the user may not see all the code we write inside of our head tag, it's still equally important to the website. Inside of the head tag is where we store metadata. And this metadata can be used by search engines and users to learn more about our website. So, starting here, in the last video we added our title, which was my project. So what I'm going to do now is we will add an author, which is me, okay? So we put in this meta tag, and inside of here we want to add a name, which will be author, and then the actual content will be our name, right? So we'll say John Doe. Now the next thing we want to add is a description. Okay, so we can copy this line, put it in, and here we will write description. And this is a website to help developers learn HTML. Okay, we'll save that. The next thing we want to add is a fav icon, and what that is up the top of a website, kind of like here at the top of this file where we have the name of the file but we also have this little symbol here, is we want to have something like that on our website. Okay, and what I've done is I've actually gone online and I've downloaded this file. Okay, so you can do that yourself. Just Google images or whatever you want to use, download it and save it as a PNG file inside of your HTML folder. And what we're going to do is we're going to link that to our web page. So we'll put in a link tag. And the first thing we want to put in here is the relationship, okay? And that is going to be icon. The next thing we want to put in is a href, which stands for a hypertext reference, okay, and it's a reference to the actual asset that we're bringing in. In this case, it's going to be this HTML logo, okay. So again, equals, and we will put in HTML logo dot png. Alright, and lastly is the type. Alright, and the type will be image X icon. Alright, now we'll hit save. We'll go over to our site. This is actually updated already. But when we search here, you'll see this little HTML logo here. Okay, and just to show this is still the site we're working on, we'll put in test there, upload that, and there's our test. Okay, now we'll remove that test that we put in and we'll save that. Now, just an important thing to add on this, it's not something we need to worry about for the moment, alright? But as we continue to go further with HTML and we add in styling with CSS and eventually add in functionality with JavaScript, we will use these link tags. Is normally we will have a file here for CSS and a file here for JavaScript, and what we'll do is we'll link it all together by adding in a link. Instead of the relationship being an icon, it'll be a style sheet. This link will go to another file inside of our directory, not necessarily an image. Okay, so it's not something that we need to worry about for the moment, but just to keep that in mind, that's how everything ties together in the end. Okay, so just before we finish up, the very last thing which we need to add is our character set. Okay, now this isn't something that you need to worry too much about. It's not going to change project to project, but it is something that you just need to, it's a line that you need to copy and paste into any HTML file that you are working on. Okay, now As you've seen, the project will still work without it, but best practice is to include this. Now, just to jump on here, and we'll go on to W3 Schools, okay, which is just a website. It gives us a lot of information around HTML, CSS, and other programming languages, as you'll see here. But just to read their definition and usage of the character set. So the character set attribute specifies the character encoding for HTML documents. The HTML5 specification encourages web developers to use UTF-8 character set, which covers almost all of the characters and symbols in the world. And to break that down for you even more, I've been programming now for about 5 or 6 years, and I've never had to change that. I've never had to use a different character set. I've never had to make any changes to this line. So it's not something that you need to worry about. But just try to, anytime you're working on a HTML file, just for a best practice, copy and paste this line in. Alright, now with all that being said, that's everything for this video. It's quite short and sweet. In the next video, we are going to start looking at text and actually displaying text on screen. Just before we finish up, if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.